Hi everybody, it is Nat and today I'm here with another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my February wrap-up video. So I will be sharing all of the books that I read in February, which I happened to read 5. 2 of them are really small school books, but yeah, I read 5, which is good. I am very much not on track for my reading goal of 75 books this year, but that's okay. I might end up bringing it down to 52 because I am pretty behind already and it's only February. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the video. The first book I read for school was The Mathematicians Apology, and this is by G.H. Hardy, and it's kind of just a man's thoughts / apology on math. For those of you who don't know, one of my majors is a math major at college, so I had to read this for my capstone class, and I gave it 3 stars. I thought he did make some good points, but it was written a long time ago and it is very biased towards men. I don't know, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I should take it down to 2 stars because I didn't really like it that much. I mean, he made good points, like I will give him that, but yeah, I didn't really like this, so I don't know why I gave it 3 stars. The next book I read I actually really enjoyed, and that was Zenith by Sasha Augsburg and Lindsey Cummings, and I do have a reading vlog up for this if you guys want to check it out. This book is kind of controversial right now. There's lots of mixed opinions, but I did end up really enjoying it. I think the ending of the book made the entire thing for me. It was kind of a rocky start, but I am obsessed with the end and the writing style in the end, which I know that's what most people don't like. So if you guys are interested in reading this book, I definitely say read it, but push through like the first 100 pages, even just like, you can push through like that first half. Like, I know that that's kind of a lot to push through, but the ending is so good. So I do recommend this book. I know it has some mixed reviews, but I really liked it, and if you guys are interested in hearing more of my thoughts, you can check out my reading vlog. Next up, I have one of my favorite books of the year so far, and that is Gemina by Amie, Kaufman, and Kristoff. I am obsessed with this book. This is the second book in the Illuminate series, and that's the one where it's like everything is written in like documents. It's not just like standard text, and I also have a reading vlog up for this, but I am just literally obsessed with these series, and the next book comes out in March, so I have already pre-ordered it, and I mean, I bought this one like when it came out and I didn't read it for another year, so hopefully I read the next one soon, but you know, who knows. But I love this book. I just am fascinated by how you can tell a story with documents. Like, I know they create the documents, like they make sure that I can tell a story, but I just think it's so fascinating how like you literally, it's still a story. It's not just, I don't know. I am obsessed with this book and this series, so you guys should all read it. And the next book I read for school was Flatland, and this was a weird book. This was also for my math major. It's about a square who lives in a 2-dimensional world, and he ends up learning about 1 dimension, 0 dimensions, and then 3 dimensions. And I don't know, it was weird. The first half of the book is just like entirely setting up the world, but I feel like for the story that we have later, I mean, I can't tell if it's supposed to be like more math based or more of a story or more of just like an analogy. I don't know, because we get like a ton of detail of like like everything is a shape, but we get like a ton of detail about their society that like we don't need to know. Like, I'm like, who cares? Like, if this is a math book, then we don't need to know about the squares and the circles and all of these shapes is society. Like, we don't need to know. But then if it's also a fiction story, the actual story does not need us to know all of this information. Like, half of the book is setting up their society that has no point. Oh, sorry, a little rant. Oh my gosh. But then the second part of the story is kind of him discovering different dimensions, and I actually really enjoyed that. I thought that was interesting. But yeah, kind of a little mini rant going. I'm like, we don't need to know half of this book, because if it's a math book, who cares about society? If it's a fiction book, you don't even talk about the society in like the second part. So I don't know, but if you can tell, this book was fine. I liked the second part, but I did not like the first part. So I don't know, I'm probably 2 out of 5 stars again, but I don't know. I'm sure other people like this book a lot, but. And then the final book I read in February was Pendragon Before the War, book 1 of the Travelers. This is the Pendragon book that talks about Spader, Kasha, and Gunny, and it was okay. It definitely wasn't as good as Pendragon. Yeah. I do have a reading, I will have a reading vlog up for this. I don't think it's up quite yet. But I mean, it was fine. I think this was a 3 out of 5 star read for me. Like, there wasn't anything bad about it. I just didn't love it. I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below any amazing books that you read in February. I would love to know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!